Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about ready to go, and on the hill in this one, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Ready to go? Here's George Springer. Down the middle for a strike. And that's how he gets started here in Los Angeles.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Headed down the line. And that will drop foul. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Bo Bichette up to the dish.
Let's go, showtime.
First pitch, not close. Big swing and a miss.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Swing and a miss.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
In the dirt, but kept close. Very high with that one. Full count now. Strike 3. It's a strikeout for Shohei. Anthony Santander at the plate.
Let's go, showtime.
First offering misses badly for ball 1. Springer stands at first with 1 out. And that one fouled off. Ohtani with a move to first. And Springer's in there safely. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1 and 2.
Punch him out.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Hernandez ranging after it. He's got it, and there's 2 down.
Batting fourth, first baseman.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Check on the runner, and Springer's in there safely. Vladdy needs just one hit to reach 200 for the season. Next offering is in for a strike.
Pretty impressive the year he's put together. 200 hits doesn't happen by accident, and there are some years nobody reaches 200 at all. Props to him for getting this far.
2 strikes.
Ripped to short, and that is the third out of the inning. Blue Jays held in check. The Dodgers coming up, and we are scoreless. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And we're back. And on the mound today, Kevin Gausman. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Fought off foul. And a swing and a miss.
No balls, 2 strikes. Come on, Dodgers!
Next offering way upstairs. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Turns and fires the Betts. Inside, just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And Mookie takes. Out towards right center field, and that is Springer. Nabs it, 1 up, 1 down. Here's the Dodgers lineup now. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Tommy Edman in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. 1 out, base is empty. That misses the zone, and that's ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Late with the swing there.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, Gausman is well known for that splitter. It's just a major weapon for him and generates a ton of swings and misses when he's throwing it well. Good example of it there, and I'm willing to bet we'll see a lot more of it moving forward in this one.
Freddie Freeman at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Just missed.
What's a good pitch there.
1 and 1.
Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
That's off the inside corner, and that's ball 2. 2 out, space is empty. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And it's a 3 up, 3 down inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. Scoreless after 1. Back here in L.A., all set for the start of the inning. Now it's the DH, Will Wagner. Ohtani, a righty that throws with power. 30 years old now. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Ohtani back to work. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Strike him out.
On the ground, right side. He steps on the bag. One up, one down.
Batting 6, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
And now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Hernandez makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Two down, bases empty. Here's Andres Jimenez. Foul ball there. Second inning here, no score. That's in there, and the count is 0-2. Got him swinging. Blue Jays go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now here is Teoscar Hernandez.
Let's go, Teo.
The pitch. Right through there for a strike. That one missing inside. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it. And that's important because you got to make players earn it.
That one finds the zone. Now 1-2. And ring him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. And a foul ball.
Come on, Will.
One down, base is empty. And now it's even up.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That one ripped, but foul.
Let's go, Dodgers.
That's down and in.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Let's go, Blue.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
And that's downstairs. And now it's even 1-1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Has room, and he makes the catch. Dodgers go down quietly. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. That one to first. Freeman takes it to the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Batting ninth, center fielder Nathan Lucas.
Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays. Off the mark there. 1-0.
1-0.
That one at the knees for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
And a swing and a miss there.
So hard to touch. I mean, at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97. As pitchers do such a good job of teasing that part of the zone, just elevating a little bit. It looks good because you see it for a good while as a hitter. Looks juicy, and by the time you swing, it's almost in the catcher's mitt.
And that's in the dirt. Top of the third, no score. Ground ball, left side. First two batters retired here in the top of the third.
Now batting, right fielder George Springer.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a miss. That's strike one.
The guy's going this good. He's retired 7 in a row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
Get out of here, Blue Jays.
And down on strikes. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. And we are still scoreless. Bottom of the inning, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pages. He has consistently been one of the best in the sport against lefties, and yet the righties give him trouble. You know, you don't want to be labeled as that guy, but the numbers say what they say.
Well, he's a good player, but if he wants to be great, he's going to have to figure it out against right-handed pitchers. There's so many right-handers in the game that you're going to see them one after another. So you would imagine with that many looks, Boog, that the adjustment's got to be coming soon.
There's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a fastball misses outside for a ball. And the count is 2-2. And that's outside.
2 strikes.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in, but he's in there easily.
Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap, and when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. The batter will be Michael Conforto. Gets him to chase after that one.
0-1's the count.
Pajes at second with nobody out.
All right, Dodgers.
Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and they can't get the out.
Batting ninth, second baseman, Hassan.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. And next for LA, Hesung Kim. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Just misses with that one.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Runners at the corners, nobody out. Here in the last half of the third. That's a little bit low.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Outside low, and the count's full. Mookie Betts in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Ground ball up the middle. A sliding stop. The feed for one. And that's all they'll get. Here's Mookie Betts.
Now batting,
Flied to right
shortstop,
his first time.
Betts.
Gausman throws over, and he dives back in safely.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Fastball for a strike.
Felt impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
That one at 95 missed up top, and that's ball one. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Cut on and miss. Throws, save. That's a stolen base. The rare K for Mookie.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
And here comes Tommy Edman. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. This one high in the air to left center.
Get it together.
Drops into the glove, and the inning is over. One run, a pair of hits, no errors, and one left on. On to inning number 4. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Jays nothing. Back here at Chavez Ravine, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Bo Bichette. And there's a ball.
Well, these Blue Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Line drive, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting, left fielder Anthony Santander.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
So up next for Toronto, Anthony Santander. First pitch misses.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and heart of the order coming up right behind him. This is where they need to get going.
In there at the knees. And fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And that's way high. Ball 2.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. At the belt and fires. And a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Against good pitchers, you've got to take advantage of the mistakes. That was right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't miss a stitch.
First and second, no outs. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's 0 for 1. Inside. And that is ball 1. That one fouled hard the other way. Lifted in the air, right field. Pajes under this one. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. And he moves up 90 feet. Runners at the corners now. 1 away.
For the Blue Jays, the designated hitter, Will Wagner.
Will Wagner will hit next.
Let's turn 2.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Swing and a ground ball. Dives, but it's off his glove. Takes it to the bag. That's 1.
Up next, for the Blue Jays, catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Fly to left his first time.
All right, Dodgers.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game. Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Swings through that.
0-2.
In the air, left side. Hernandez sizing this one up, and he makes the catch. And that is that. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. All tied 1-1. Ready to go, bottom 4. Freddie Freeman will come up to hit.
Freddie Freeman.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
You know, these Dodgers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
That to right. Springer
Get it together.
pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Now batting, left fielder, Teoscar.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. First pitch, and he just misses. Base is empty, one away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch is in the dirt. Now 2-0.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
One down, base is empty. This one smoked, could be trouble. Around first, heading for two. And he's in with a stand-up double.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
One out, runner at second. Will Smith to the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Fouled off down the right side.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat head, he's very capable of finding green space and driving in that run.
Clips the outside corner, and it's 0-2. And ball one. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's Max Muncy. 0 for 1 so far. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Hit hard, but foul off to the left.
These hitters like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
And that one is in the dirt. And the count 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
New inning getting started. Now here is Andres Jimenez. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. That's too low, and it's 1-0.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Gets the strike. That was the sweeper. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Ernie Clement, the next to hit, grounded out his first time. Clement in his 3rd season, 28 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2017. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Up next,
Just kept it
for the
simple,
Blue
played
Jays,
pepper with the
center
middle of the
fielder,
infield and
Lucas.
took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
So digging in, Nathan Lucas.
Here we go. Turn two.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Now 1-1.
Outside.
Man at first, one away. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Throw safe.
Here's what I think the manager's thinking right now. Today, we're not driving the ball. It's hard to get extra base hits. We've got to make something happen to get a runner into scoring position. That stolen base, excellent call. Now, all it takes is perhaps a single to put a run on the board.
In the dirt. Clement over at second, one down.
Strike him out.
And a ground ball to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the
Up
defense
next,
work
for
behind
the
him with
Blue
another
Jays,
ground ball.
right fielder,
Good execution.
George Springer.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. George Springer digs in now.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Come on, Dodgers.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Runner at third, 2 away.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Swinging a foul out of play.
You got this. 2-1.
In the dirt. Wow, that's a great job behind the dish there.
Let's hold him.
On the ground.
Move it, move it, move it.
Throw on to Freeman. That takes care of Springer. That's the third out. One left for Toronto. Still tied 1-1. Back here in L.A., ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Andy Pajes. Gosman back to work. Flips the corner. That's strike one.
You know, these Dodgers finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They only have 1 hit with runners in scoring position, so a lot of squandered opportunities. It's tough because those are moments you just can't get back.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that is foul. It's softly on the ground, left side, and foul ball.
That's right, LA.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Now one
ball.
missed.
2 strikes.
The next
That's
offering
ball 2.
misses. Now 2-2. Ground ball right side. Guerrero takes it himself. He made the pitcher earn that out after a long at bat.
Designated hitter, Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto will climb in. Reached on an infield single his first time. There's a strike. Right through there for a strike. Foul ball, still 0-2. And that's outside. Got him. Strikeout number 8. And up next for Los Angeles, Hesung Kim. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Dodgers down in order. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Bo Bichette.
Get your Dodger dogs here. Swing.
Started after it, appeal to first. And he went, says Larry Bullard. That one hit to right. 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder.
And next for
Anthony
Toronto,
Santander.
Anthony Santander. 1 for 2. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Just missed. All tied up, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
Let's go Dodgers. Swing.
Punch him out.
Misses off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. And it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Junior.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. 0 for 2 in this one. In the zone for a strike. That was the sweeper. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Just
that's
missed. Swing and a miss as he was late.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And they'll do it again.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Pajes makes the play, and that'll do it. Nothing across here this half. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. All tied 1-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now it's the shortstop, Mookie Betts. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. He'll touch them all. And just like that, they're out front. It's 2-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Now batting, first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit.
Come on, let's keep it going.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Heart of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
The 0-1. Rolls slowly to first. Fires to second for one. Back to first, double play. 3-6-3, nicely done.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there, completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. First offering, and it just misses. And another ball.
Well, he gave up the home run earlier in this inning, not pitching as aggressively here.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And downstairs.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Two down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. Stays alive. Two outs. Draws the walk there.
Take it, baby. We'll take it.
It's been a little bit of a shaky inning, but he's still in a good spot to get out of this thing without giving up any more runs. He's just got to turn the page and go after this next guy.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Kevin Gausman makes way, and they trail as he exits, but he kept them close. A new arm will be on the mound after the break.
Now pitching for
Here's a new
Toronto,
pitcher from the pen, Nick
number
Sandlin.
52.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game. One of the things about that two-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a two-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Smith in the box now. No balls and a strike.
1-1.
And that one pulled foul. Hernandez, the runner at first with two gone. Battling here as he fouls it away. Next pitch is downstairs. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 1 run across in the frame so far here in the bottom of the 6th. Way outside, and the count is even 2-2.
3-2.
This one in the dirt. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner into scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
First and second, 2 outs. Max Muncy at the dish. First pitch misses.
1-0 count. Look for him to be aggressive here. You got some runners on base, an opportunity to catch a mistake and put some runs up on the board.
2 on, 2 outs. Swinging a grounder foul first base side. And that skips in the dirt.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Fouls one off. 2-2. Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. That one inside, and it's a full count. Andy Pajes up next for the Dodgers. First and second, 2 down. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And they're all loaded up.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
So bases all loaded up. Andy Pajes getting ready to hit. And that one fouled off. That crosses the plate, and now they're just 1 strike away from getting out of this mess. Activity in the bullpen. Tommy Nance appears to be getting loose. Swanson warming up as well. Got him! That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Mookie Betts brings the noise on this home run, and it's now a 2-1 ball game.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Tanner Scott.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Wagner at the plate now, and that's inside. Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter, to track.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a miss, struck him out. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
And now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. That one's in there, and that's strike one. Scott, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. That's down and in. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Alex Vesia looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Trinan, the right-hander, also getting loose. Holding on to a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike him out.
That one not close. 2-2.
Strike him out.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Outside with a breaking ball. Blue Jays down a run. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Now it's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that is in for a strike. 0-1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the 7th.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Brendan Little.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Well, 1-run game, and now here's the Dodgers designated hitter, Michael Conforto. Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-1.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
And that's off the inside edge. And the count even 1-1. And he gets tied up right there.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And that's outside. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Got him looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here's the second baseman, Hesung Kim. That one misses. Ball 1. Next offering is foul back. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. And that's in the dirt.
That's down.
Come on, Los Angeles.
Next pitch misses inside. And now it's 3-2.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. One down, base is empty. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie to hit. He had a big swing back in the 6th. The solo shot that figures into this game in a pretty big way right now.
Yeah, that was a big swing of the bat, and he's going to be looking for more, trying to add on to this lead right here.
That one lifted to left. Santander sizes this one up, hauls it in, 2 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Tommy Edman at the plate, 1 for 3.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting,
Nope,
Boog.
that's a ball.
Just missed.
Ball 1, no strikes.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
Let's go, Blue.
That misses the zone. And the count now even up. Kim off of first with 2 away. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1 left for L.A. as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Blake Trinan.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Leading off
Well,
for Toronto,
1-run
third
game.
baseman,
Ernie Clement now at the plate. Strike on the inside corner. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Kirby Yates looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Out to short. Betts on the run, sends it over to first. On the money, nice play.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas. And that skips in the dirt. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Good looking fastball right there. Surprised he didn't take a rip at that. I think he got locked up a little bit.
That one ripped. Flashes the leather on the running catch. Out number 2.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field, someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
Springer, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike one.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Punch him out.
And that one missing low.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the eighth. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
On the ground to the left. Bats up with it. On the run, throw to first. And very nicely done for the out. Down in order go the Blue Jays. They're down 2-1.
Now pitching for
Back
Toronto.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Jimmy Garcia.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here is Freddie Freeman. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout.
Freeman.
That's right, LA.
Garcia goes 6'1", 34-year-old vet. He joined the team as a free agent.
All right, Dodgers. Woo!
He swings and fouls one off.
All right, Los Angeles.
Inside, ball one.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Goes down looking.
No, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Hernandez stands in now and watches strike one. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Eric Swanson preparing to come on if needed.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Late that time, and it's strike two.
0-2.
Let's show 'em.
Next one misses, and that's ball one. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first, and he held back, according to Larry Bullard. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Smith in the box with two gone, and takes a look at a called strike. That one fouled off.
Ball. That's inside.
Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the eighth inning. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Springer there makes the catch, and that is that. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Ninth inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Blue Jays 1. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Kirby Yates.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. What are you looking to do in these spots? You're down a run. You're leading off the inning.
He's not a power hitter, a guy that's looking to tie it up with one swing. So he's going to take and get into this at bat and try to get deep into the bat. Ultimately, however he can, get to first base.
And a swing and a miss.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Come on, Los Angeles.
Fly ball down the line. And that's a foul ball.
Sit him down. Finish him.
Struck him out looking.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
Santander in the box lays off for ball 1. Next offering is in for a strike.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
All right, Dodgers.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
2 strikes.
Sit him down.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Blue Jays have just 1 out left here.
No, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe try to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
So it's their last chance in this one. Now here is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that one clips the corner.
0-1.
One-run game here in the top of the 9th.
Come on, Dodgers.
Breaking
One
ball
ball,
misses
1 strike.
down and away. Lifted to left, and that should do it. He'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
Well, a tight 2-1 ball game, classic pitching and defense in this game. A lot of good execution, and neither team really beat themselves by way of mistakes. But ultimately, it came down to 1 or 2 key plays to make the difference for the win.
Live from Dodger Stadium, Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about set to go. And towing the slab in this one, Shohei Ohtani.
He has great stuff, Boog, but what I love most is his drive. You know, when he takes the ball, he's going to give you everything he's got and try to pitch deep into the ball game. He's a true competitor, which makes it easy for his teammates to play hard for him. We're not going to see him take many pitches off, I can promise you that.
George Springer, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. On the ground to third.
Let's go.
Fires across the diamond. That takes care of Springer. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Big challenge for them today as they take on a pitcher who brings electric stuff and really racks up the strikeouts.
Yeah, and it's all about making good contact against a pitcher like this. You're not going to get very many pitches to hit in an at-bat, maybe even in a game. So you got to be ready, zoned in the spot where you think you've got the best chance and jump all over it. Might be the first pitch in the at-bat, so you better walk up there ready from the jump. If they can make early, consistent contact, I think they'll have a much better shot against it.
High fly ball, right field. Pajes under it. Snags it for the second out.
Batting third.
Two outs, base is empty. Anthony Santander at the plate.
Come on, Showtime.
And there's a foul ball. Two outs, base is empty. Next offering upstairs.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
That misses the zone. 2-1. In there at the knees for a strike.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Not close with that one. Ball three. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. waiting for a turn at the plate. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
Come on, LA.
Kicks and deals. That's ball four. Tried another fastball but missed the spot.
Boog, if I were him, I'd be nibbling around the plate as well. I mean, this guy is just capable of hitting pitches outside of the zone and driving them a long way.
So a man at first. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. the next to hit. Santander off of first with two away.
Swing. Ball two.
And that's in for a strike. That one is absolutely belted back there. It has the distance gone. That one felt good. The Blue Jays on the board first. It's 2-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 away with nobody on. And next is the designated hitter, Will Wagner. Pitch misses there. 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
That missed by a lot, and it's 2-1. And that's in the dirt.
1 strike. We got full count.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 3rd out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And we're back. And on the hill in this one, Kevin Gossman. What do we need to know here?
It's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
Mookie Betts will get us started. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. Trailing by a couple of runs already, and I'm sure they'd like to erase that deficit quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to let this deficit get into your head and you're trying to just make up the difference with one swing and you really don't have the base runners on. You've got to contribute, keep the line moving, and all of a sudden you have a big inning, everything shifts, and you find yourself in the driver's seat.
Tommy Edman, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
0-1's the count. Hey! 0-2's the count.
Let's go, Tom.
And that's a strikeout looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
Two down, base is empty. So now it's Freddie Freeman. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Just off the outside edge.
Nope, inside, ball 2.
Pitch misses, and now 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Late swing, foul to the left. Two down, nobody on. On the ground to third. Oh, great stop. Gathers and throws, and that's a great play for the out.
Well, that's cat-like reflexes over there at the hot corner. Nice job of making that play and ending the inning.
Back here at Chavez Ravine, top of the second. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Ohtani back to work. And the sweeper is off the plate. Right down the chute, and the count is 1-1.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Late on that fastball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And the sweeper misses for a ball. Next offering down low and in the dirt. And that one is lifted in the air. Hernandez ranging after it. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Here's Andres Jimenez. Jimenez, a multi-Gold Glove Award winner, 26 years old. And they went out and made a trade for him last season. And that misses. And that is ball one. That one hammered center field. That's back. Out of here. And they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
One down. And the batter now, Ernie Clement. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. One down, base is empty. That one catches the zone. No balls, 2 strikes.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Here's a rocket out to left. 2 away.
Batting ninth, center fielder Nathan Lucas.
2 outs, base is empty. And next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas. Misses off the plate. Ball 1. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here at the top of the second. That one finds the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
Went with the sweeper, but it misses. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. And that extends the inning.
Now batting right fielder George Springer.
And the batter is George Springer. He's 0 for 1. And ball 1 to the right fielder. Lucas, the runner at first with 2 gone.
2 balls, no strikes.
can't make contact with the sweeper.
2-1.
That's a strike.
2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. Springer swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And that's the third out. Toronto picks up one on this homer. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here at Dodger Stadium, here's the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar Hernandez.
There's a swing and a drive. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double.
Well, this tends to happen more often in this park than others, and that short fence is just so inviting for hitters. You see a lot of balls bounce over for an automatic double when no one can run it down.
The batter now will be Will Smith. First-round pick out of Louisville in 2016. Outside low, ball one. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Bottom half of inning number 2.
Come on, Will.
Go back home, Blue Jays. Fly home.
Foul ball.
Go LA.
Hit on the ground to short. Sends it to first, and they get the out on Smith.
Well, nice job by the shortstop to field that on the backhand and gather himself, get his feet underneath him. He had a long throw, but he knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure the grip, and finish the throw.
Here's Muncy to hit.
Dodgers.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Come on, Los Angeles.
Man at second. That's off the mark, and now it's even 1-1.
All right, Dodgers.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. Struck him out at a splitter.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
And here is Andy Pajes. Ball one there.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
Man on second, 2 down. That misses off the outside edge. Next offering is down low.
I got 3-0.
Let's go, Dodgers.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
First and second, 2 outs. And here is Michael Conforto.
Come on, Dodgers.
That one finds the zone. Strike one. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. And they get out of the jam. Well done to finish off the strikeout at end the inning. 2 left on. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here in L.A., Bo Bichette up to the dish.
Well, he's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
Swung on, popped up on the infield. Freeman under it, makes the catch for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting, left fielder, Anthony Santander.
Now the left fielder, Anthony Santander. He walked and came around to score his first time up. And delivers outside. Strike one.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2. Got him. That K is his third of the game.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's already homered in this game. And the first offering is not close. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Let's go, Blue.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Really nice job, a two-strike hitting in that at-bat. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, paying off.
And now the DH, Will Wagner. In the air, left field, down the line, and makes the grab. And that is that. Blue Jays held in check, but they lead it 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Leading off, Hae-Sung Kim.
Baseman, Hae-Sung Kim.
And first offering is fouled off. And that one is inside ball one.
That's right, LA.
That's to third. And a quick out, number one.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's Mookie now. Flied to right his first time. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Tommy Edman at the plate. Caught looking his first time up. Swing and a foul straight back. Man at first, one away. That's off the inside corner. And 1-1. And there's a ball.
Base hit now.
That one pushed to the left and foul. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Betts, the base runner at first with 1 out. See ya. Strikes him out for the 2nd time today.
Well, that's exactly what a good 2-strike splitter will do. Duck right under the bat path and that last 15 to 20 feet or so. And at that point, it's just too late to do anything about it as a hitter. Really nice pitch.
Freeman in the box for the 2nd time. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. And the count even at 1.
1-1.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got good numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. We'll see if he continues to climb the ladder.
Swung on, belted. That one carrying. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. In there safely. And it's now a 2-run game.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Doubled in his first AB.
All right, Dodgers. Woo!
Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. And George makes the grab. And that is the inning. Dodgers with a run scoring double. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. On to the 4th.
Leading off
Stepping
for
in,
Toronto,
Alejandro
catcher
Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk.
In the dirt, and that's ball 1.
Well, these Jays showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Late on that fastball.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
That's out.
Outside. Now it's 3-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
So up next, Andres Jimenez. He's already homered here in this one. Swings through that one out in front that time.
0-1. One ball, 1 strike.
Next offering is downstairs.
Let's go, LA.
Just missed. Next offering in there for a strike. Now 3-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Man at first, Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. He's 0 for 1.
Double play for crying out loud.
Fouled off. He was late.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Outside low, 1-1. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Michael Grove looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Vesia, the lefty, warming up as well. And that is downstairs. And it's 2-1.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Way out front for strike 2.
2-2 now.
And that one is downstairs. 3-2 now. On the ground, right side. And that one finds its way through. Throw into third. And the throw's offline. Safe at third.
Now batting, center fielder.
And here comes the
Lucas.
Dodgers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Ohtani will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout. And we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching.
Tony
for the
Gonsolin
Dodgers.
into the game.
Number
Well, at this point of the
26.
ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Runners at the corners here. One away. Nathan Lucas digs in now. 1 for 1 with a single so far. To first. Might be 2.
Go, go, go! We're better than that!
Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
Right fielder.
A
George
potential double play
Springer.
ball hit to first is probably the toughest one to execute cleanly. That first baseman has got a very tough throwing lane to deal with because of the runner headed to second base, and a lot of times guys try to throw over or around the runner, which can really mess up a throw like that. Still, definitely an error, though.
So the lineup flips over. Here's George Springer. Right through there for a strike. One of the notes on Tony Gonsolin that's fun. He likes cats. I think on his glove it says the Cat Man.
Go Dodgers.
Traffic on the bases with one already in. Top half of inning number 4.
Sit him down!
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Sit him down!
Springer swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And now 2 gone.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. 0 for 2 in this one. Fought off foul.
All right, Dodgers!
2 outs. Line drive, base hit. Headed for the plate. 1 run across. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at third.
Picks himself up an RBI. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Anthony Santander getting ready to hit. A strikeout and a walk. First
Ball
pitch
back in.
just misses. Lucas on third. Bichette at first. 2 out of the inning. And that one hammered. That's back there. Tattooed to Tatertown and gone. He shoots one out to right. It's 8-1. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
2 outs, nobody on. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And first offering is fouled off. On the ground right side. Freeman steps on the bag, and they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. But not before 5 cross the plate, with a big blow being this 3-run homer. It's now 8-1. Major League Baseball is on the show. Bottom of the 4th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Will Smith.
Catcher, Will Smith.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse, go after hitters and get quick outs.
1-0.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
That one finds the zone, and it's 1-1. And that is out of play. That one down the line, and that's just foul. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. Struck out swinging his first time.
Muncy.
Swings through that one, 0-1.
0-1's the
One
count.
out, base is empty. Popped foul out of play off to the right. Out to short, and it finds its way through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
One gone, runner at first. And now the right fielder, Andy Pajes. And it's fouled away. The Jays up big in this one. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Hey, now let's go.
And now the count is even. The 1-1 is fouled off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
And that one hit to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So the Dodgers leave 1 It's still an 8-1 ball game. Ready now for the
Leading
5th
off
inning.
for the Blue
And
Jays,
now
the
Will
designated
Wagner.
hitter, Will Wagner.
Gonsolin goes 6 feet 3 inches, 30 years old now, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2016.
Well, these Blue Jays really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in, so I'd say mission accomplished.
In there. And so now 1-2. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. And they'll do it again.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Ground ball, left side. Slings to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
Now batting, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
In steps the man they call Captain Kirk.
Let's go, Los Angeles!
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Edman should have this one. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, second baseman Andres Jimenez.
So digging in, Andres Jimenez. And that's outside. Next offering is fouled back. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th.
Dodgers!
That's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Inside. Full count, 3-2. And that's ball 4.
That's up.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
And the Dodgers will go to the bullpen. Tony Gonsolin out of the game, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with a new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching.
So the
for
Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Michael
Number
Grove.
29.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement, 1 for 2. Grove picks over Jimenez. Back on a dive. First pitch, not close. Line drive and a base hit right there. And now 2 aboard.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And now it's going to be Nathan Lucas. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. right through there for a strike.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
All right, Dodgers.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 3. Blue Jays leave a pair. And it remains an 8-1 game. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now at the plate, Ha-Seong Kim.
Second baseman, Ha-Seong Kim.
Gosman back to work. That's in there. It's 0-1.
You know, these Dodgers looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They've had the chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
So the batting order turns over. Mookie Betts steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Late on that fastball.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Ball 2. You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's down and away.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
In the air, left field. Santander in pursuit. Corrals it. 2 down.
Now batting, center fielder, Tommy
2 down, base is empty. And next for L.A., Tommy Edman, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Come on, Los Angeles.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
This batter has to understand his job is to get on base however he can. If he gets hit by a pitch, if he walks, maybe even singles, but you want to get the heart of the order up to the plate.
On the ground, right side, and foul ball.
Come on, Dodgers, let's go.
Next pitch is downstairs. Lifted in the air, right center field. Lucas on his way over. That is the inning. Back here at Chavez Ravine. All set for the top of the 6th. Here's George Springer to start it off.
Let's go, Dodgers.
And takes low for ball 1.
Let's go, LA.
Now one
That's a ball.
missed.
2 balls, no strikes.
Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit.
Come on.
So a runner aboard to start the inning. Now it's going to be Bobichette.
Let's turn 2.
That's in there. That's strike 1.
Come on, Dodgers.
Swing and a slow roller. Muncy safe at second.
Hey,
No, he's in there.
No, they didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. Just a little roller to the pull side, definitely out in front of the pitch away, but it wasn't one the defense could make a play on.
Digging in, Anthony Santander. Splits the plate. That's strike one. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Here comes Springer around third. He'll score easily.
Now batting, the first baseman.
And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Just missed.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Hey, double him up.
And the 1-0. And a foul ball.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs. Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
2-1 now. Swing and a miss. First and second, no outs. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Wagner at the plate and takes high there. And another ball.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it, so that's a good take by him.
Fouled off to the right. Swing and a foul out of play. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
Kirk in the box now. No balls and a strike. In the dirt to third. Tag, got him. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. Jays 9 and the Dodgers 1. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't.
Nope, that's a ball.
Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
That one lined to the left field, and that's base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Here's the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Runner at first with no outs here. This one smacked out to left center. Dives and he can't hang on. And it's now 1st and 2nd to start the inning.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Next offering is fouled back.
Outside, that's a ball.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Stays alive.
Look out for the double play.
Swing and a ground ball,
Foul ball.
and it goes just foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
2 balls.
Next offering misses down and away.
Oh, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Got him swinging. 2 on with 1 out. Max Muncy now at the plate.
We need a base hit here.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Going back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He is struck out and he is walked.
All right, Dodgers. Woo!
Now a
Oh, that's
check
out.
swing, but he held up. Action in the pen down there. Nick Sandlin getting loose out there. Swanson also throwing.
Let's go, Dodgers.
That one's in there. And the count 1-1.
All right, Los Angeles.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Here we go.
And that's way high. And the count's even at 2.
2 to count.
Freeman, the lead runner, out at second. Hernandez on at first with 2 down. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. It falls in, and that's a base hit. The run comes in from second, and it's 9-2. The batter will be Michael Conforto. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And that's in for a strike.
1-1.
Foul ball there. Two on, 2 outs. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Teased the zone with that fastball a little bit up, fouled it off. Expect him to go a little bit higher with this next one.
And a swing and a miss. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. They get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We're through 6 full. Jays 9 and the Dodgers 2. Back here at Dodger Stadium, we go to the top of the 7th, and here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. just missed. Next offering is in for a strike. That one in there across the letters. On the ground, Muncy. Over to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the seventh. So up next, Andres Jimenez.
Let's go, LA.
Grounder off the pitcher. No chance for a play, and let's hope the righty's not hurt on the mound. That comebacker got him down low, and you can really see him favoring the leg. That's his plant leg, which might be a concern, Chris.
Yeah, you hope he's got some feeling in that leg so he can land on it, like you said. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay and try to continue, Boog.
Runner on at first with one gone. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. And that misses. And that's ball one.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Get two.
Right through there for a strike. And that one fouled off. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Two balls.
In the dirt, blocked. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
One out and a runner at second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. And now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. 1 for 3.
In this situation with first base open, he shouldn't give him anything to hit. There's a right-hander on deck.
That one down the line, and that's just foul. Down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Man at second. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. Jays 9 and the Dodgers 2.
Now pitching for
We're
Toronto.
back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th.
52.
Nick Sandlin.
And you know,
Sandlin.
bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
So digging in, Hesung Kim. There's the strike up high. 0-1.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Ball 1 there. Outside low. The count now 2-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. And it remains 2-2. That's a little bit low. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Santander brings it in with a nice running grab.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
All right, Dodgers.
Betts in now. Takes ball one off the plate. And strike one to Mookie Betts.
1-1.
And a strike on the outside edge. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Edman, the next to hit, takes ball one. On the ground to the left, and it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a double.
Nice rip, kid. Yes.
Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Man at second here with two away. And here's Freddie Freeman.
Come on, Los Angeles.
And that one a little below the knees, and it's 1-0.
Come on, Dodgers.
Inside, just missed. Edman stands at second with two gone. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back there. Gone. Straight into the visitors' bullpen. He leaves the yard to right, and they're chipping away. It's 9-4.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Now the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. And the pitch is outside, ball one. Base is empty, two away, but 2 runs are in here at the bottom of the 7th. Just missed.
He hasn't wanted a challenge in both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
Next offering is in for a strike.
I think it was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
That one misses, and a full count now. Will Smith waiting to bat for the Dodgers. Two down, nobody on. On the ground, right side. That's the inning. Two-run shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now 9-4. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth, Michael Kopech.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Down the middle for a strike. 0-1. Kopech in his 6th season. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and occasionally uses a cutter. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
And next for Toronto, Bo Bichette. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. No outs, runner on second. Inside, just missed. Movement in the bullpen. Anthony Banda, the left-hander, up and throwing. Vesia getting loose as well. Next offering upstairs.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
That's to third. Sends it across to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Now batting left fielder Anthony Santander.
Anthony Santander will hit next.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
And there's a strike.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
That's off the mark, and the count even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Kopech deals. Triple digits on that last pitch.
I see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
Guerrero stands in now and watches strike one.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
Next offering misses, and it's 1-1. Runner at second, 2 down. That one in triple digits.
I think he was sitting off speed
One
there.
ball, 2 strikes.
Strikes him out with 102. One left for Toronto. They're on top, however, 9-4. now. New pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Eric Swanson.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
Come on, LA.
Just missed. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Tommy Nance, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Next offering is in for a strike.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Next offering is down low. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch, tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a swing and a miss there.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And ring him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Now it's the right fielder, Andy Pajes. That one well upstairs. And that is ball 1. That's a laser base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Michael Conforto will climb in. 0 for 3 in this one. And that's off the outside edge. 1-0. Pajes off of first with 2 away. And there's a hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Now batting.
Next to hit, Hesung Kim. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. That one's in there. Strike 1. Just missed. 2 aboard, 2 outs.
Come on, Los Angeles.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
That one 95 to finish him off. Dodgers strand a couple. They trail it here 9-4. And we're back. Now it's the DH, Will Wagner.
Will Wagner.
Kopech back to work. Breaking ball inside. Ball 1.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Swing. 2 balls, no strike.
And it is 2-1.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Here's a 2-1.
Ball, that's outside.
That one misses.
That's ball 4.
So a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Runner on the move. He swings and fouls one off. Nobody out. Runner at first. Not even close there. And that's ball 1. That one fouled off. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Oh, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Edman sprinting for this one. Makes a nice running catch. And there are 2 down.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Clement stands in here, takes ball 1 low.
No strike.
Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour. That misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Let's go, Dodgers.
2 outs. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So no runs, no base hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Top of the order due up. Jays 9 and the Dodgers 4. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Tommy Nance.
Now pitching for Toronto.
Back to the top of the order now. And now Mookie Betts. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Breaking ball through there for a strike.
0-1's the count.
That one almost got him.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And 1 out now.
Up next,
Tommy
for the
Edman
Dodgers,
steps to the plate for the
center
Dodgers.
fielder,
1 for 4
Tommy
with a double.
Edman.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Outside.
that pitch is out.
Ball 1. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
Ball inside.
just off the inside edge.
Running that good fastball up on the hitter's inside. If nothing else, it keeps him from diving out over the plate to get those arms extended on the pitch away.
Set down on strikes. Just one out remaining for the Dodgers.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
First offering, and it just misses.
1-0.
Two down, nobody on. Ground ball, and this should do it. Throw to first, ball game. And the Blue Jays slug their way to a win in this one.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
9-4, our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.